Good morning. I'm back in the studio with Mr. Greg Sullivan, yay, and his sweet wife Lisa. Woo! I got that right?
You got it
I'm
right.
terrible with names.
You did well.
Oh, I'll remember your face to the day I die, but sometimes, well, not. I'm just, you know. So
Remember her face.
yes, I've been stumbling all over my poor words all morning, so y'all just go ahead and bear with me. It's been a day. So
Yeah.
how are you?
We're fantastic.
Yeah, you look like you're good and ready to go. And what's going on? I haven't seen you in what, 6 months?
Well, we've seen you last. Yeah, it's about 6 months.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
got
like,
to see you and hear you sing with the Bible Tones Saturday
Oh, yeah,
night
that was
over to the
fun.
campground.
Yeah, that was
there
great.
was great. You did
Yeah.
a great
Fun.
job, and we've been busy with everything. Everything's picking back up now.
Finally.
So
Thank goodness.
I was very fortunate. I didn't lose many singings, this
That's
year.
good.
Most of them got moved.
Yeah.
I try to take off in December and January, but my December is full now because they want to get me in, and I'm excited about that and thankful that God's opened those doors. But I will be taking January off. So
Did y'all hear that?
so I will be taking January off, but we're booking 2022 is
That's
rolling. It's already
awesome.
rolling, and we've God's just really blessed. Hoping to get back in the studio next year with a brand new project and
Awesome.
started. You know how it is. You start
Yeah.
thinking about what you're gonna do, and
Yep.
you write a lot of your music, and I'm working on a song now. I'm hoping to get finished before then, and
Nice.
so there's just a lot going on. I'm, somehow or another, I've got into. I just love promoting concerts. So down in Louisiana, we don't have a lot of groups come through, so I'm bringing them down there.
Good for
So
you. Well, you know a lot of people.
yeah, so I've started doing that. We got the Guardians coming the
Nice.
12th of November, and we got a concert with them. And then next year, Fields of Grace is coming next year. Full Calvary Quartet's coming next year.
Nice.
Got the Down East Boys with us next year.
Awesome.
And there's a concert that we have on the I think it's the last Friday in April. I'm calling it the Family Affair concert. It's with the Bible Tones,
Yeah.
Hope's Journey,
Ah.
and Josh and Ashley Franks.
Well, that is a family
That's a family
affair,
right
isn't
there,
it?
because Ashley is Vonda's daughter, and
Yep.
Vonda's married to Jack. So I've put this together, and
It's
we're
a
going to do that.
trifecta, dude. You're gonna have the
So and they've
trifecta.
adopted me as family now. So it's a family affair, and just so honored to be working with Vonda and Paula with Hey Y'all Media. They're
Yeah.
doing such a great job for.
I don't know
my
how they do
ministry.
it.
They're just relentless.
Yeah.
And it's
And I'm
they,
not,
they don't
so
take
I-
no for an answer. And it's like they keep pushing, and they work hard, and they love everybody.
Yeah.
And I love Hey Y'all Media because everybody's for everybody.
I know.
We're a family, and everybody wants to see everybody do
Yeah.
good. You go out there, each month they'll put out who's in the charts, and
Yeah.
you'll go out there and you'll look at Facebook, and everybody's congrats, and
Yeah.
boy, great to see this,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about,
I know.
Tonja. We're
I
serving
know.
the one God, and there's no there's
Yeah.
no place for competition in what we do.
Somebody explained it last night, and I would tell you who that somebody is, but I can't remember. But I've interviewed quite a few people, but somebody said, we're all different colored crayons in a box,
That's right.
but we're all coloring on the same page
Mhm.
for
There
the
you
main
go.
goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of colors blend and match.
And
so
match.
there's not one that stands
That's
out.
how God takes all of us and sends us over the world.
Yeah,
Because now, I never thought my music would be playing on the other side of the planet,
yeah.
but ours music's it is.
Yeah.
These internet radio stations, these DJs are getting us out there across the world.
Yeah, over in
And that's-
Ireland.
Oh yeah, and that's amazing to me.
Yeah.
One of our biggest fans is from the Netherlands.
Oh, that's
Jantina.
awesome.
I mean,
Oh, yes.
she loves us
She's
to death.
probably on
She's
here.
probably watching this.
She
so
probably is.
If she is, I really appreciate her and her
She's
husband.
so supportive.
Yeah, just supports us all.
Yeah.
Loves us all,
Yep.
and so I'm honored to be a part of this family. I'm honored to do this. I'm glad God give me this one here, and even though I was a time that I was gone away from her, God was preparing us for this time.
Yeah.
And it's just great to get in the car with her and
And do it together.
And do it together. And I love the way she puts it. She said, "We're leaving to help people.
Yeah.
We're leaving to help people.
Yeah.
Tell them what God's done for us,
Yeah.
and he'll do for them.
Yeah.
And so you
You've got
just
to,
never know. You never know what God's doing. You just got to trust Him.
Right, you do. And I'm going to give you a good example of that. And, before Ward had his stroke in 2016, I was on the road all the time with Crosby Lane, all the time. He may have gotten to go out with us once a month, you know, twice every 2 months or something like that, because you know he worked,
Right.
and I was gone every weekend.
Wow.
And which was fine, you know. That's where God had me at that moment in my life. And but you know, he had a stroke, and I had to come off the road. I left Crosby Lane, and we were so close to having so many great things happen in our eyes, Greg. You know, we were getting videos, we were charting, we were, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I actually asked God, I'm like, why would you allow us to get so close to everything we've wanted, and then allow Ward get sick and me have to walk away from all of it? And first and foremost, that was all the stuff we wanted.
Right.
So take the equation out of that. Now everything that I do in my ministry, Ward is right there with me.
Right.
Because now we can book when he's free, and he can go with me, and we can do it. It's our ministry. It's not my ministry.
That's right. It's our
ours.
ministry.
Because we can't do nothing without them. They're our support.
Exactly. And our daughter helps. She does all my website stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, she, you know, and God delivered her from, you know, gave her a path of deliverance from drug addiction that almost took her life.
I remember that.
You know, and now she's married. She's graduated from college. She just got a brand new job. Started yesterday, actually.
Yay.
They bought a house?
They bought a house. They're preparing for
hopefully to have grandbabies.
I was going to say, bring on them grandbabies.
That's
right.
But you know, Tonja, when I had to step out of Chronicle, I called my pastor, told him about it. He told me, he said, well, I hate hearing that, but I want to tell you something, Greg. He said, Philip was in Jerusalem and everything was hopping. It was revival. He was in Jerusalem, and God picked him up and put him in a desert to reach an Ethiopian eunuch. He said, your eunuch's on its way. And I didn't realize it was going to be the deliverance of my daughter, because when I came off the road, I was with her in her face every day.
Yep.
When she called me, I was there. I wasn't 5 states over talking to her on the phone, trying to get her through something.
You were.
She was doing a meeting up in North Baton Rouge, which is not a great part of town. One night she was leading a meeting up there, and it was midnight, and the phone rung, and she said, Dad, I've lost my keys. Well, I was able to get in the car and go right there and help her. And she told me, she said, Daddy, I wouldn't have made it if you wouldn't have been there.
She needed her father, like
Yes.
we need ours.
We need ours, that's right.
And I needed my husband, and
And you got him.
I got him back.
And and look what God's done. Chronicle's going on, doing great.
Yep.
We're doing great. God took one ministry and sent us in 2 directions.
Yep.
You know, and Tim and I talk every day. You know, everybody thinks when something happens in a group that somebody had a fist fight or somebody got mad. Or
Yeah,
not in this situation.
Yeah.
Not in this situation. We're closer now. We still do concerts together. Like I say, Tim and I talk every day. You know,
I love them.
and so you know, God knew what He was doing, as He always does.
Yeah.
And here's where we are. And I'm excited when I call Ricky Axon. You know, when I told him, I said, brother, because he was the first person I called. I was in tears, and I called him and said, Ricky, I got to come off the road. He said, well, I understand. You know, and 18 months later, I called him back. Brother, God's put me back.
Yeah, I'm
and
going
he's
back
like,
on the road.
he said, send me a song.
Yeah.
Let's get back at it.
That's
And
awesome.
he and Labriska do all my backup work. And so I told somebody yesterday, Ricky Axe is my producer. Hey, y'all, me is my promoter. I'm in the right place.
Yeah.
I'm in God. We're in God's hands.
Yeah.
And I know that.
Absolutely.
And
the song came along, Beginning Again.
Yep.
yes.
And all of us, our marriage began again.
Yeah.
Kaylee's life began
Began again.
again. We lost our home in the flood. Began again.
Yeah.
And now we're a team. We're a duo going out and helping people.
Yeah.
Just saying, these are some things that you can do to help get those families through.
Yeah.
And that was such a great song. We put a banjo on it, and I got to share some charts with you.
I'm telling you, put a banjo
I think
on
we were
something.
2 and 3,
I
and we
know,
were like
isn't
2
that
and 3,
awesome?
and I called Vonna. I says, Tonja gonna beat me out? She's gonna beat me out. She's like, I don't know, Greg.
It's funny.
But it's so good to see God. You know, we see it as recognition and stuff like that.
Yeah.
God sees it as an opportunity because he's opening doors
Yeah.
for us as that's happening. You see what I'm saying? So we got to stay in the right frame of mind and understand that it's all about him.
Right.
It's not about us.
Right.
And everything that happens is because of him.
Yeah.
So all the good things, all the bad things. You know, I don't give the devil credit.
No.
You know, like some people are like, well, you know, the devil's carrying me. No, devil ain't got a clue what's going on.
Mm-mm.
Okay? If I go through a valley, I like to think the shepherd took me there
Yeah.
because I needed to learn something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I've always been taught flowers don't grow if it don't rain.
Yeah.
So we got to go through some times, and we have to go through struggles. And I asked my uncle when my father passed away, I said, why does God put good people in bad situations? To see what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Because we have a responsibility to be Christ-like.
Yeah.
And
And
do what-
so many
and-
people
and-
are watching.
You know, and all it takes, and that's what Satan wants to do. He not, you know, he wants to destroy us. But if he can destroy your testimony, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
I'm a big fan of TikTok, and this will all make sense in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was anti TikTok. I'm like, I ain't got time to get into all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I fell into that hole. But I was watching somebody the other day on it because you can find some really good stuff on
Right.
it. There's a lot of crap on there, but
Right.
you can find a lot of good stuff too. And this guy was saying that the enemy can only act on what you speak.
Correct.
He does not have the Holy Spirit, so he can't discern. He can only act on what we vocally
The word for that is
speak.
omniscient. He's not omniscient.
Yeah.
So when you get up in the morning, I tell people this every time I go sing. You get up in the morning and oh woe is me.
Yeah.
He's gonna get on oh woe
He's
is
gonna
me
jump
all
right on it.
day.
Yep.
You know. So and the way to get rid of him, Jesus. There's
Yep.
just something about he's
Yep.
got to go.
Yeah.
you
Gotta
know?
get out of here.
You know.
My dad's birthday was yesterday, and he turned 75.
Oh, we
And-
time to meet your parents.
Oh, I can't
That's
wait
the first
for you
time.
to.
Well, we did
Oh,
the other
you,
night.
that's right. At
Yeah,
the
we did.
campground,
So
yeah.
that there was
Sorry,
awesome.
but you know, I said, "Happy birthday, Daddy. How are you?" He's like, you know, no, blah, blah, blah. And I pulled out that TikTok and I showed it to him. I said,
Uh-huh.
"You put it out there. He's gonna jump on it."
Right.
And you know, I'm not one of those that doesn't do that too. You
Oh,
know, you
yeah.
just have bad days.
Yeah.
And,
But God knows.
yeah.
He knows it, and that's why, you know, if I lose a singing, I don't get upset
Yeah.
because there's an opportunity
Yeah.
for something. Maybe we need to be home that weekend.
Yeah.
You know, like you
When
said with Ward.
Yeah.
You know,
I was
you
supposed
know,
to be out that weekend.
you know, and there's times that God wants us to be husband and wife. You know, when we're not on the road, and there's things. We have an autistic son that stays with
Parents.
us.
We
and
need to be parents.
we need to be
Yeah.
parents, you know. And as I was telling them in there, we were doing the showcase, which is fantastic.
Yeah, no,
I mean, this whole thing is just great. And this midnight prayer last night was fantastic.
I was one of the people Lance was talking about. I wasn't there.
But it was so fantastic. Is, you know, when you find out that you have a child that's this way, you go through, you know, all the human things happen. You know, you're like, well, he's not going to do this. He's not going to do that. Yeah, but what is he going to be able to do?
Yeah.
That's what you got to look at. And it was really hard on all of us. My dad took it really hard, and I was driving to work one morning. I was in my little pity party about it all. Oh God, he's not. And I said, Lord, I don't understand. And he said, I chose you and Lisa to raise one of my special people. Wow.
Yeah.
And then you feel like you're all alone, like all your friends and their kids are doing this, doing that, and you're kind of in this box, you know. But we've seen so many. I was telling Brandon Pilot last night, everything's a victory.
Yeah.
Every little bitty thing's a
know.
victory. Okay,
I
no matter how small,
Yeah.
not how large. You know, when Brett was 12 years old, they sent a message that because he went to normal school, and we were so, you know, when you send your child like that to school, you don't know what's going to happen
Yeah.
when he goes. And one of the principal told me that nobody fools Brett. Everybody older than him takes care of him, and they watch him. Remember that? They told us
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Nobody fools with Brett, and that was just such a blessing. And they sent a note home that he was sleeping in class. Well, I figured out what he was doing. He was watching TV at night. So he's 12 years old now. So I said, I'll fix you. I'll take the TV apart and I'll put it on the other side of the house. So I
Okay.
just scattered it everywhere.
He put it back together, didn't he?
1 o'clock in the morning, I wake up. And the TV's going. I walk over there and he's playing. He's sitting, laid up in the bed watching TV. Hey, Daddy. I got back to bed. Lisa, what's the matter? I said, just let him sleep at school. You know, so there's so many things. You know,
we don't know that he knows.
Oh yeah.
We can't get that information out of
we
him.
We own Grand Country Junction along with another couple down home, and we're gonna get you there.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
And it's a family oriented Branson style show, and we did a Christmas show one time, and Brett had swiped a country Christmas CD from his grandmother, and he learned this Santa's on His Way by Kitty Wells. So my best friend, the other guy that helps with it, he's the band leader, and I told him, I said, Brett's learned this song. I said, let's chart it and let's see if he can sing it with the band. And he said, you think he can do it? I said, well, I'll stay up there with him and I'll help him. You know.
And we practiced.
They practiced.
I practiced. I printed the
Yeah,
words.
we did all that.
We
and
practiced it, and
so we get up there and the band's behind us, and I'm standing right beside him, and he's sitting there like, what are you doing here? I don't need you up here. I walked off stage.
Hi, Dad.
I walked off stage, and they kicked that thing off, and he sung it just like every nuance in her voice he did. The drummer missed he did something different, and Brett was like, he looked back at him because it wasn't the same thing. But and now every year he has to sing that song. Everybody wants him to sing it, and he loves the crowd. I mean, that's a level of something that we will never get. Right.
You know,
But to see Aaron doing what he's doing, to see Ben do what he's doing this morning, Angela and Billy will be here after a while with Trip.
Yeah.
You know, and so when we get to come to these events, Greg Journey and I, we talk we've become really good friends, you know, and so we have that connection, you know. Me and Brandon just hugged each other and just cried last night. It was just like, you know, everything is God's hands, you know, and to have other folks that are dealing with it, that's encouraging to us, you know, because nobody knows. If you're not dealing with this, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
you think you know.
You think you know, but you don't.
You have no idea.
You just don't know how, you know, those days when your patience is just running thin and you gotta kind of draw back, and it's just like, you know. But God's in control, and you know, if the Bible says if He doesn't come to accountability, He's forever safe. So, you know, we're all gonna be there one day, and He's gonna be whole. And he's going to be walking down the streets of gold, holding my hand, and he's going to be saying,
Christmas song.
Yeah, and, you know, because I'm waiting for the day when he says, "Look, Dad, there's Jesus."
Oh yeah, that'd be wonderful.
You know,
wonderful.
So we're just excited. COVID, you know, we did well through COVID, you know, and we just, you know, I still have a job and I'm able to work from home now. So we've survived that. And she kind of likes me being at home.
Well, you know, Ward started working at home too, and I was like, "Ugh, I don't know how this is going to work," because, you know, when we're in the ministry side of it, the music side of it, he's very openly free with his advice and constructive criticism.
She brought, when I first started singing, she brought a notepad. I'd get in the car to go to the next place. Don't do that. Never do that again. This is really good.
Oh my gosh, you and Ward. So I was thinking, okay, if he's home all the time, is he going to start giving free advice on how I should do this around the house and this around the house? But luckily, his job keeps him on the phone or on the computer all day.
So he's out of your hair all day long.
Because I'd hate to have to put him out on the back patio to work. So, well, thank you for stopping by.
Oh, this is nice. Thank you for having us.
One last question. If somebody gave you an elephant and you couldn't sell it or give it away, what would you do with it?
Well, see, Alabama.
I'd learn to ride.
Alabama's. You learn to riding?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I guess so.
Put a sign on him and sell rides on an elephant.
Yes.
Come ride with me.
Yes, that would be it.
Yeah.
Of course, down in Holden, they would be like, "Oh wow."
Chop him up. Let's eat him.
Yeah. Elephant sauce pecan.
If the price of beef keeps going up, I got a nice elephant in my backyard.
Well,
wait.
I gotta tell her. I gotta
Yeah.
tell her. You know, the world would be a better place if Adam and Eve had been from Louisiana. Because they'd have ate the snake instead of the elephant.
Again, God knew.
Hey, God knew. That's right.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks for having us. We
Love
really
you guys.
appreciate it.
Y'all come back. We'll have
We
some
will.
more interviews later, and y'all come back.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
all right. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was just fun. That's how these supposed to be done.